Hello, everyone. What I would like to be speaking about today is light. And so, when one begins from the darkness, they need a bit of adjustment to see the light. But sometimes the light you see is in the realm of duality, so there are always greater lights. So, it makes man wonder what happens after these lights, the lights that I just turned on. What happens after they go off? What happens after this consciousness confronts the uh, physical transition, into a non-physical awareness, which is death, for example. So what happens is that when the lights go off, the lights of idea and ego, and those words really are just a reflection of what you put in them. After darkness has become apparent, after you have seen that it is not the light that is just shining, but darkness shines and it doesn't have to have any connotation or imagery, it's just how night and day are dancing with one another, how they are here, how life and death, night and day, these are based on one another, So in the confrontation of an absolute darkness, one is going to a sense of no thingness. So in regards to the light of consciousness acknowledging darkness, it is the light that is intelligent through form, acknowledging the intelligence beyond the form. And that really occurs through an absolute confrontation, which is like when the cup gets to fill to the brim, then you simply know. It's like your moment is that readiness. And so in the confrontation of the absolute, the blind are pushed because of how the blinds were pulled away, were pushed aside. So you see, one's awareness to the rooms of space and time can shift. And the light in the room totally brings a new view of the room. Just like how I move these curtains, there is your consciousness will look at your ideas, and once it is no longer trying to have them or take them or see it as my idea, it moves consciousness becomes self-aware attention, and self-aware attention has nowhere to go, so nowhere becomes now here. Then the experience shifts because you are no longer the same limited experiencer. The minute you get a sense that the drop in the ocean is no longer a drop, you are an ocean of intelligence in your most infinitesimal from the infinite. So we must not just be aware of the lights in the room, we must be aware of the light in our vision, the light in our eyes, which is this conception. And this was a very profound mystical self-inquiry for many. But it must now be recognized that your senses are creating you. So you inquiring of the linearity of your senses or the non-linear aspects of such a system, you'll see. It's as if the novelty of your experience will be the revelation that is the happening. So it's no longer ask for help, help comes. At the minute you are conscious of ability, you are able. The minute the light is present, the shadows come into being. That means if there was a candle in the center of the room, we'd see all the shadows of the objects, let's say on the table or whatever. But the shadows in their own have no intelligence. It is the source that is bringing forth. So, for example, the sun is a very profound metaphor because it does not just imply what the metaphysical is for, but just that there is a constant shift between trying to control life and seeing that life is controlling itself. This is the grace of the sage, and it's an acknowledgement of emptiness. So if there has constantly been a sense of fulfillment, which every person's like, I want to be fulfilled, I want to go do that thing, I want to go do this, I want to get to enlightenment, what elevator, what floor is it? So I push the button on the elevator, people see enlightenment like an elevator, but actually, the awareness to the light of your eyes cannot be compared because you're so new in design. So the knower's design, which is actually something nice I've written, go check it out. But it's a suggestion that when a self-aware being trusts their moment of intelligence, their moment of existence, it's like your voice is no longer just recognized by the sounds you make. The silence becomes your voice too. So the awareness is getting rid of the limiting beliefs and the boundaries of association of how behavior is common. So an uncommon wit finds you when you are witnessing the self, because it is an experiential observance, which is its own activation. So the inquiry of light is the inquiry in the nature of reality. And to know that we are here means there cannot exist. So every possibility and probability of conception is accessible to the receiver's conscious opening to it. It's as if let's say that person who suddenly opened the door and there was a birthday surprise there, the whole family and friends where everyone was there, so suddenly that person opened the door and suddenly saw that, oh no, not oh no, probably like, oh wow, what a new thing which I did not expect. So the surprise surpasses the prize to show that the attention is pristine and untouchable. So light is what is allowing definition, but light cannot be defined. And we are really trying to find things through definitions. So our reality is one where awareness is its glow. I hope this talk has served you. Much blessings, and